Hello everyone, I have a quick couple of updates for you before the episode today. The first is you can now access our brand new website at deckofmanyaces.com. This is the new home of all things Doma. You can find all the episodes on there, all of the art, links to the music, all of that kind of thing, as well as how to contact us. So do go check that out when you have a chance. The second very exciting announcement is that Volume 5 of the soundtrack is now out on all music streaming platforms. It's been out a couple of weeks now, so go and give that a listen. All the music for the podcast is under my name, Chloe Elliott, and you can just search Deck of Many Aces and you'll find the albums that way. Quick note about the soundtrack, I will no longer be uploading it to SoundCloud because they are not allowing that anymore, but you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and Deezer, and some other places probably. Those are the ones I know. Anywho, on with the show.
We're here from Arrow-Ace.
I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently.
Stay out of Antiborough. Stuck in time loop.
I guess it's a ghost plumbing situation.
Bastet has got us out of a lot of problems, but I don't think she can get us out of this one.
It wasn't all the bodies. There were 2 bodies.
Everyone else just got disappeared.
I went missing for a while and I lost my brother. I don't know where he is.
Oh, that's my mother. Oh dear.
It's the same mother that you keep describing as tyrannical and horrible.
Have to practice ritual fight with brother.
Ellie, can I make an insight check of myself but in real life?
Welcome to Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made by actual asexuals. We are a group of people who identify as somewhere on the aromantic and/or asexual spectrum, playing 5th edition D&D with a twist. Every character's past, present, and future is based on a card drawn from the Deck of Many Things. Can you tell that was my second take? I'm Ellie, your DM, your demisexual. I've done manta ray.
Have we done mandible?
Mackerel.
What about
We've done
moss?
mandible, I think.
I'm saying mackerel. Demisexual mackerel.
Microscope.
Yes, fishy king,
No,
come through.
stop saying other things. I've said the thing.
No.
Save them for next episode.
Save them for another time.
Yeah, but we'll forget.
Put them in your brains.
You can't be a mackerel, it's not allowed.
Oh.
Forbidden mackerel.
I'm sleepy, as is the whole crew.
I'm
This
not.
is going to be a sickly and sleepy series of episodes because lots of people at Doma HQ are a bit ill and lots of people at Doma HQ are a bit tired. Please introduce yourselves, folks.
Hello, my name is Am. I play Tosia Atherdale, the party fighter and barbarian. And I'm super caffeinated. I had lovely coffee this morning. I had some homemade banana bread with chocolate chips I made. I'm ready to go. Yeah,
Am is living the cozy girl life that the rest of us can only aspire to.
truly.
I don't know why you're surprised by that. It is Am.
Yeah.
I do have a heated blanket.
Oh, a cozy off.
Getting up there with cozy.
Eiriol is literally cozy, this is true.
I'm cozy in an esoteric sense.
In a not-so-cozy flat, it's me, Chloe. I play Raina Riftwood, the Tabaxi Bard and Rogue. And yeah, I'm not tired because I have to get up obscenely early for work. And my body has finally, it's taken so long, but my body has finally gone, yes, this is our sleep schedule now. So now I just wake up super early on the weekends as well, which is kind of awful, but I'm awake. So here we are.
Yay!
Oh, we both use she, her pronouns.
Yay!
Haha.
Yay.
I did it.
Oh my god, my pronouns! They, them.
You shock us.
Hi, I'm Eiriol. I play Delphi, the Growth Up Warlock. I use she, they pronouns, and Delphi uses she, her pronouns. Yeah, I'm just so cozy. It's heated blankets all the way to go, baby. This was a Christmas present as well, although my mum destroyed her one by rolling over it in her office chair. And warns me about it every single time I talk to her. It is, have you destroyed it by rolling over it in your office chair? I'm like, no.
Hi, I'm Katie. I am playing the party wizard, Morgan, who is an excellent wizard. And I'm ready to play D&D.
Yeah.
Ellie, I have a question before we start. We're recording this on International Women's Day, so I think the tall girls should all get inspiration or advantage on something.
I think we should all get another magic item that we have to pick right now to stall the recording as much as possible.
As a confirmed misogynist, I'm going to deny this.
I knew it!
Glad to know where you stand.
They're gonna clip it out of context. They think
Ellie
Coolsville
thinks
sucks.
Coolsville sucks!
Oh yeah, one of these days this podcast is gonna bite me in the butt in a really big way. For the sake of children and people who don't understand sarcasm, I'm not a misogynist. I'm just not gonna pander to my players.
That's going in the Discord.
What you mean is, for the sake of our non-British listeners,
Sarcasm
That
is
too.
real.
sarcasm is 99% of our humour. That's how our
Sarcasm
culture works.
cannot hurt you. What happened last time, folks?
Good
We
question.
found out about a secret robot meeting.
We're talking about revolution!
Yeah,
The robot revolution.
yeah. Delphi was confused that people couldn't have rights, and that was like a thing that people would let happen. Mad.
We've got two very different stories where Raina and Morgan are kind of in like a low-stakes academic sniping drama,
Medium stakes.
medium stakes, and
High stakes for Morgan.
Eiriol and Tozia, the real person Eiriol, Delphi
Yeah.
and Tozia trying to figure out what this political group of robots are doing. Not robots, Forgeborn.
Forgeborn, but they're robots.
That was a very good representation of episode 85, but we have had another one since then.
Oh, and then we did some B&E, yeah.
We broke into the house
Yes.
of Dr. Hugo Moonerin, who is the person we are investigating, and we found out we spent way too long trying to solve a puzzle, but we finally solved the stick and paper puzzle.
That's the podcast. That's the whole podcast.
And now we are speedfully and finessingly going to intercept the secret meeting
Yes.
that was in the message.
Between
Yes.
Moonerin, Seamus, and
Yeah.
Alfalfa Robin, who we don't know who that is, but we think they're a witch
Yes.
because they co-authored a paper.
I saw Seamus in a photo, which was crazy.
Because Tozia and Seamus were all buddies.
Yeah, we were childhood
Yeah.
friends.
Friends or acquaintances?
Tozia thinks they were friends.
Aww. So, yes, at the end of last episode, someone did a perception check who I can't quite remember who did. but-
We are confident it was Raina.
With my very high passive perception.
You get your sense of being followed. I don't know if you've like turned around to look, but you know that feeling when you're like walking down the street at night and you're like, I'm feeling watched. You guys know you're being followed, or get the feeling you're being followed. What would you like to do?
We should threaten them.
No. How open is the space that we're in?
You're on a residential street. You've come away from the restaurant and you're moving through towards the kind of like outer regions of the city. So it's not a super enclosed space. There's still like a sort of a road for maybe like a tram and some of the kind of modes of transport, and then room for walking as well. But it's quite quiet.
My brain just went through so many things of being like, how do I communicate subtly this to my compatriots? And then I remembered that
The message cantrip.
I have message. And so,
The message cantrip. Yes.
so I message everyone and I say, don't look now, but we're being followed. Follow me and we'll try and lose them. And I would like to like suddenly duck into an alley and just try and like go the weirdest, windiest route that I possibly can. I'm not going to be like randomly leaping over fences or running or anything, just like taking a really winding route to try and lose this tail.
Morgan is wishing that she had the message cantrip too, so that she could say to Raina, I hate this plan, I want to confront them. But she doesn't have the message cantrip, so she can't.
You can reply to this message.
You can reply.
Yeah.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
I say, I hate this, can't we confront them?
I mean, we could, but we don't know who they are.
They're not going to be able to take us. What's the worst that can happen?
What are you guys doing?
Tozia and Delphi aren't hearing this exchange.
Yeah, we're just like, cool.
Good job, Raina.
I'll relay it.
Okay, in that case, what is everyone individually doing then? Like, Raina is stealthing away.
I will back Raina's play, I just think that we should not do it. I think we should confront them.
Well, let's see if we lose them
Okay.
first.
Yeah, if we fail, we'll confront them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you all roll me stealth checks, please?
Stealth.
I got a 7.
Okay. Raina?
I got a natural 20 for a total of 33.
Good lord.
What the
Goddamn.
hell?
Does that make up for my nat 1?
What did you get?
Got a 14.
This is...
Morgan trips over some bins in a loud and spectacular manner.
And I feel like Raina catches them all perfectly. Without making
Calamity's falling to the ground. There's a lot of indignant flapping as Morgan tries to stay on her feet. She drops her notes and has to pick them all up off the ground.
I think this... I think this... Like, as Raina, like, deftly ducks into an alley and the rest of you are just, like, scrambling behind
This
her.
tracks, to be fair.
Yeah. This somewhat has the opposite effect. What's everyone's passive perceptions, actually?
Oh,
21.
Not good.
11.
16.
14.
Only Raina sees from the corner of her eye a couple of figures, but you can't tell how many. Maybe 2, maybe 4. But they sort of like swiftly kind of duck out the way as if they've kind of registered that you've spotted them. So you haven't lost them, but you've lost them. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So as Morgan is extracting herself from a bin.
I message Morgan and just point, although they can't see me, so I will message Morgan and I'll say, they're over there by the barrels on the corner, or wherever it is that they hid.
I'm just going to go have a look. I think they've gone, but I'm going to go have a look. Is anyone over there?
You can't see anybody, no.
I think they're gone.
Raina's like round the corner, just like slowly like peeks her head round the corner and she goes, not gonna lie, I don't believe you. Not that I don't believe you. I don't know if you would necessarily have seen them if they are hidden.
Look, Raina, we're pretty noticeable, so the three of us could, not go where we're going, and you could go and we'll catch up later.
We could. I also don't relish the idea of being on my own there against potentially hostile environment.
Also very true.
Look, we're going to be late for the secret meeting if we don't go. Either they'll come and attack
Yeah.
us later, or they were following us, in which case we've now successfully unmade them followers. Or they never show up again.
No, so Morgan, I think they're still following us, they've just hidden.
That's what I would assume.
Oh yeah, they'll have to keep being good at hiding, so we'll just keep watching.
I think they know where we're going, and they know that we know that they know. Wait.
I would like to cast Fairy Fire on the area I saw them disappear into,
Someone doing some action, that's a good idea.
just in case they haven't run away. Which means if they're still in the area, it's 20-foot cube. Everything in the area is going to be outlined in blue light, and they have to do dex saving throws.
What's the saving throw?
18.
You don't see anything.
God damn. It could be a bluff.
Yeah, there's nothing that happens if they save.
There's nothing left to seek that's secret anymore, and we might as well go to the meeting in case they are currently there.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Did Delphi see them at any point?
No.
Let's just go.
All right, let's go. I'll keep an eye out.
Come along, we'll be late for the secret meeting, Morgan says at a normal speaking voice in the middle of the street.
Did Felicity see anything?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good point. Let me get up the character sheet, which I finally updated.
Yay!
So she has some levels in Redacted.
Is it wild magic sorcerer?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Yeah, let me retroactively just roll her stealth, which was not high enough, and then her passive perception also isn't particularly good. So, no. No on both counts.
All right. I would like to have a proper active perception lookout while we were going now that we are aware that someone will try to follow us.
I'm going to have Green go and fly over our heads and just keep an eye out. And it'll come and alert us if it sees anything.
While you're going, are you wanting to move at regular speed but not be stealthy, or do you want to move at half speed and be stealthy?
If we move at half speed, will we still get there on time?
Probably not.
No,
Okay.
we'll just walk there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you continue to walk out, and these coordinates take you really far out of town. So, you start off walking through the suburbs, and then you get to kind of a little bit more run-down parts of town. There's sort of empty lots of, land that haven't been built on yet, and then almost at the very perimeter of the city, you finally get to the end of a narrow street, and along this narrow street there's a bunch of pretty innocuous looking houses, but there is one that stands out from the rest. It really doesn't make a lot of sense for a secret meeting to happen in this place because it looks a bit out of the ordinary. It's almost like a little cottage. It's got quite a nice ornate door made of dark wood with a shiny brass handle, one of those circular kind of old-fashioned ones. The cottage, however, is empty as far as you can tell. The lights are off, the curtains are drawn. You can't hear any noise inside. What would you like to do?
Stake out the house?
Did you say the door was locked?
You haven't tried it.
We could stake out the house and see if anyone shows up.
I mean, yeah, unless they're already inside.
Yeah.
Why don't you stay here, stake out the front, and I'll go see if there's a back door or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, our goal here is to learn more about what these people are doing and ultimately try and help them. So by watching who enters and leaves, I don't think that seems particularly, conducive with our goal. But you go have a look, Raina, and we'll keep an eye.
Roger.
Okay, I'd like to find somewhere to hide.
Roll me just a stealth check, yeah.
That's a 4 plus 4 is 8.
Ha!
It's quite a barren street. You can't really see anywhere. Your choices are really kind of stand out on the street or go with
Or
Raina.
hide behind some bins, my nemesis.
Or hide behind some bins. Yeah, your
Morgan
nemesis
starts
bins.
to climb inside a bin, and it's like, no, please.
I will stealth around the back and look for a back door or a window or something that I could potentially get a look in or listen.
As you head around the back of the house, you don't see a back door. You see, similar to the front, it's kind of almost like a traditional archetypal cottage. It's got, so on the front there's door, window on either side. On the other side, you can see 2 windows in approximately the same position, but there isn't a door in the middle.
Do the windows open from the inside?
Yes.
How tough are they? Could I quietly jimmy one open, potentially?
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
I will. That's a natural 1 for a 6.
Cool. You can't figure out how to get these windows open. You've not done this before.
I'm there with my thieves tools, thinking, oh, maybe I can shimmy this under or something, but you need something a lot more substantial.
You shimmy it under, and then it just goes through, and you're like, And then you try it again, and it's just like a small pile of field tools standing on the other side of the window.
Okay, I like scratch my head and go, and I will quickly place my ear to the window because sound travels faster through solids than it does through gases, and that's why you can hear things when you put your ear to a door. But anyway, just to see if I can hear anything.
Probably a perception or an arcana check.
It definitely won't be Arcana, I can tell you that right now. That's a 22.
You don't hear anything, but you at first you kind of don't. You're like, oh, I don't hear any voices. There's no kind of like movement of furniture or any kind of signs of life. You do hear this sort of like an equivalent to static, and it's almost like a low frequency, very, very, very difficult to hear, but it's like a cauldron bubbling kind of sound.
Like a silence spell or something. Perhaps. I don't know, Raina wouldn't know that. It's just me interrupting your podcast listening to tell you all about our Patreon, where you can get access to all of our bonus content, both past and future. You can get access to side quest episodes, our 30-minute talkback episodes, table talk, or you can chill out with our cast cozy corner. You could even get a seat at our monthly one-shot table. Plus, all of our patrons are shouted out at the end of every episode. There's even stuff for free on there. So go to patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces and get exploring. I will sneak back round to the others and I will see Morgan like climbing out of a bin and just kind of look at her quizzically and go, right, so there's no back door.
Okay.
I tried to open the window. They only open from the inside. And then I tried to listen at the window. And there's some kind of like weird, staticky, bubbly noise. But nothing else.
I would like to know if I recognise this description, Webster, by rolling Arcana.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Can I cast Detect Magic? Because I can just do that for free.
Yes, go ahead. Yes. I'll answer Katie first and then I'll get to you. Yes.
Oh, I got a 15.
No,
Cool.
you don't know anything like of this sort of
Any
nature.
magic?
Delphi, yes. Big magic.
The whole house?
The whole house.
Is the house to grow legs and walk away?
This is like a busy street, right? That would be really disruptive to their neighbours.
It's not a busy street.
Oh, okay. So it's a detached cottage.
Yes, at the end of a very quiet, sleepy road. In fact, yeah, looking at the other houses, you can see that like lots of them are abandoned, run down, or empty. It seems like a part of town that maybe like squatters use. Like it's a forgotten part of town, to be sure. Conjuration magic.
Okay. I feel like we want to get inside. It seems like there are people inside.
There's no sign of it.
Is it crazy to suggest we should just knock on the door?
And if that doesn't work, we could knock on the door.
But also I can walk through doors.
Well, it's what we want to do, because if we knock on the door, we also then have to admit that we have been into his house, breaking and entered into his house and found this secret message that has this secret meeting, and that doesn't set us up for a particularly good first impression.
But I think a worse first impression is being inside of the house and without having knocked.
Yes, but at least you then get your information, right?
One of them absolutely confirms that we're entering a house without permission. The other one only implies that we entered their house without permission.
Tozzy's gonna go knock on the door.
Okay, let's
Okay,
go.
thank you.
Okay.
No one answers.
Cool. Delphi's gonna walk through the door.
Oh gosh.
Delphi, can you give me a straight charisma or a persuasion check, please?
Oh, luck.
You have to persuade the door to let you through.
I love it. Oh, that is an 18.
That is successful. Okay, give me a second.
I'm gonna sweet talk this door. One sec.
Is it like the TARDIS where it's alive? I love that.
The only time in this thing where we ever try to, like... I would like to roll charisma on the dragon is when it's a door.
Exactly. Delphi, you turn invisible and you walk through, or turn incorporeal
Ghostly.
and walk through this door. Yeah, ghostly, and you walk through this door. You feel in your mind rather than your body a sense of resistance to your presence, but it feels almost like, this is such a silly analogy, but you know when you go through like an airport scanner and there's that moment where you're like, oh god, am I going to let off all of the alarms? Have I actually accidentally got like a metal belt on? And then the light goes green and you're let through.
No, but sure, go ahead.
It's like the cerebral version of that, you know?
Great.
No, maybe that's not a helpful analogy.
It's fine. I get the idea.
You get
There's
the idea.
something that makes me think I shouldn't be here.
There's like a moment of resistance, but then it lets you through. And you come into the room and you can see a few individuals. Yeah, there's a total of 6 people. You can see a raven Aarakocra, a greyish tabaxi, and then 4 warforged. And they are all standing in like defensive, readied positions.
Was Hugo Moonerin in Aarakocra?
Yes.
Yes. And you recorporealize just as...
Can I have one thing before I recorporealize, please?
What?
Delphi will just go, as soon as they see the people, they go, ooh.
God damn it.
A panicked ghost impression. And then becomes not a ghost, and it's like, wow, I'm alive!
An enormous fist appears and just like punches you bodily. A magical fist. How many hit points do you
God.
have?
68.
Okay, you are unaffected by this spell.
Great. Oh no! I think I know what that spell is, but not in character. Okay.
I'll give you an opportunity to speak if you would like to before the other spells go off.
Oh god. Whoa! This is the wrong house! I just forgot my keys!
Oh my... Okay, they're definitely gonna friggin' attack you then.
The fact that you are saying it in such a, like, unbelievable way as well.
Oh
Delphi
my
has a
gosh.
-1 to charisma. It is in character.
You're a warlock!
Yeah.
She's an intelligence warlock.
Oh,
She's an
yeah, yeah,
warlock.
yeah.
Intelligence warlock. Yeah, Delphi's not a charisma warlock.
I'm just like figuring out if I'm gonna do this spell on you because I'm like, don't want to instantly... I don't want you to instantly
Hey, Delphi
die.
made her decision.
Does Delphi get to, like, take an action before these spells go off?
No, because they are readied actions.
Cool, great, lovely. Cool, then I will respond afterwards, but no.
Okay, yes. Can you make me a charisma saving throw, please?
I believe that's a 13.
That fails. So you can see that the massive fist came from the cat, the tabaxi. I forgot the word for tabaxi for a
Meow.
second then. And as you kind of like stagger back, you're seemingly unharmed from that altercation. Another spell is sort of like set off from the Aarakocra, and you find yourself in your workshop.
Interesting.
You been banished?
Yeah.
I think she's been banished.
Yes, I've been banished.
She's been
And that
banished.
worked? Okay.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
Why is that interesting?
I didn't realise other people could do that.
Cast banishment?
Yeah, but
No,
specifically...
as in banish me to my place.
I didn't think leopards would eat my face, says woman who's been setting face-eating leopards on people.
I put people in this space. I didn't realise this was my space. Specifically.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, is that because you get banished to your plane of origin or something.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Delphi does have a spell for this, but I don't know if I should use it.
Use it. You know you want to.
Go ahead. Yeah.
The more of the point is, do we on the other side of the door know anything about this?
No, we can't hear anything.
Not yet.
Okay.
But I'm gonna stay with Delphi for a second and then I'll come to you guys.
Is anything happening? Delphi's like thinking for a couple of seconds.
No, you're just in your space.
Vibing.
And I will tell you for free, like, I know that it's supposed to be your home plane, but I figure that this, like...
Yeah.
Is...
It's where I'd go regardless, which makes sense, but
Yes.
also is slightly fun.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I can do this, but it's... Yeah, I might as well. I'm not going to use this otherwise. Delphi's going to cast Plane Shift.
Reverse Uno.
Wow.
Run me through plane shift?
Yeah. Delphi just appeared back there. The spell hasn't ended. They walked through a portal like it's...
God damn it. Okay, in that case,
I don't know how accurate it is, but like...
I'm just going back to what the next person might do.
So we just cycle through readied actions.
I don't think it would be the exact same spot. I don't think they would appear where they were. It would be
appear
rough.
behind them.
I can't decide that.
Ah, that would be so freaky.
I'm hoping to get a roll for it so that I can...
I'm gonna roll a d4
Yeah.
to see, like, how far away from the door you are. You appear pretty much in exactly the same spot that you did before.
I shock a wizard, though. That's good enough for
Yeah.
me.
The Coke was like, what?
It's also... I don't just, like, pop into existence. A portal opens and Delphi walks out and it's like, look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause any alarm.
She says, alarmingly.
Yeah.
I think the final thing that happens is, can I get you to make a strength saving throw, please?
Oh, God. So, that is a cumulative one. I rolled a 3 and I have -2.
Oh.
You're going to take 17 bludgeoning damage
Oh, that's...
as a jet of water flies from the Forgeborn's hand, blasts you backwards, back out through the door, which then slams shut behind you.
Okay.
So for everyone else, what happens is...
So net 0 in that...
Delphi walks through the door and then is in there for like maybe 10 seconds.
You probably hear a couple of noises and then...
No, we don't.
Oh, no!
You don't hear anything. So Delphi walks in, is in there for about 6 seconds, and then it is blasted out through the door, which then slams shut behind her, and you can see the door handle kind of like turn with a sort of like a defiant...
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So there are definitely people inside.
Toz, break that door down. We ain't got time.
Awesome! I'm gonna go and try and push the door open.
Wait. I think we should probably break in still, but like...
They know we're here. It don't make any difference if we stealth or not.
Yeah, but I also don't think that they are... The guy that we're looking for is there.
Wait, I got an idea.
The guy that we thought might be dead is alive in that room, so I don't think we are aiming to fight them, even if their aim is to fight us.
I'm gonna start writing a note.
You're going to start writing a note?
Yeah, this is a front door to a cottage, right? There's gonna be a letterbox or a space for me to slip the paper under the door.
Sure, yeah, I'll say there's a letterbox.
We come in peace. Morgan has her gun out, by the way.
I'll start writing a note, very wordy. Remind me of the doctor's name?
Dr. Hugo Moonerin.
Hi, Dr. Hugo Moonerin. We sort of, brackets, work for Arrow Ace, not really sure how we feel about them right now. Anyway, thought you were dead, have a lot of questions about all of the weird plane stuff that's been going on. Also, we really agree with your position on Forgeborn rights, just as an aside. I'd write just as an aside. Would really love to chat. Sorry we busted up your meeting. You guys are great, please talk to us. Love, Tozja Affadale. Yeah, like,
kiss.
full title, seal. Again, goes up to the door, like, very tentative. The doctor is like, really sorry we blew up your spot. And then I just kind of like, we'll push it under the door.
Morgan is rolling her eyes and yells after this, we come in peace.
Toz, can you give me a straight charisma or a persuasion check, please?
Oh, I'm not good at these things. I got an 18, so 17.
Perfect. You slide the letter into the letterbox. Again, you feel like a physical resistance. This time, maybe because you're not walking through bodily, but it does slip through. You can hear the kind of on the other side. You know, like the sound of a letter dropping. you do this, you post the letter in, there's a pause, and then very, very tentatively, the door, unlatches.
As I see it start to open, I beckon Raina over because I know that this is the limit which my diplomacy is going to bump against.
I put my gun away again.
I love the idea that every time anything happens, Morgan is just like, gun out, and then it's like, okay, gun away.
Eiriol got bodily blasted through the door. No.
She's fine. Yeah, the real person, Eiriol.
Delphi got bodily blasted through the door.
Yeah. That has happened to me, actually.
Today, Delphi's having a nap. Eiriol is in play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will come and face the door with Toz and try and gently push it open.
Can you roll me a charisma or persuasion check, please, Raina, with advantage?
With advantage? You'll regret that. Okay, that is 32.
Cool, you're fine. So, Raina, you push the door open. Funnily enough, for those of you, I think at this point, Morgan and Felicity, you cannot see inside. It's like a mind trick. You can see that the door is open, but nothing's kind of it's like your brain sort of glazes over it. But Toz and Delphi and Raina, you can all see that the people who Delphi came across before are still there, still in a defensive position, but as you kind of walk in, Seamus kind of beckons you forward. Yeah, he says, Tosia, it's good to see you. It's been a long time.
Having opened my mouth to start a spiel, and then this surprising me, I go, oh, and I look over at Toz, and shrug.
One of the other Forgeborn, who Toz you recognise from earlier as the media rep Lunaris, says, who else is with you?
Morgan and the grow folk he just kicked out.
And Felicity.
Sorry about that.
And Felicity.
They kind of look around and they're like, we've only got room for 4 more in here. So, come in, I guess. So, Raina and Toz, you're both coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Delphi, Morgan, are you following?
Yeah.
Sure.
Does Felicity want to keep watch?
Well, Morgan, can you roll me a persuasion or charisma check with advantage?
Sure. 11 minus 1.
With advantage?
Oh, no. Aha! 17 minus 1.
Perfect. Morgan, you kind of come in, but as Felicity tries, she's like, oh! I can't... Guys? Are you in there?
I stick my head back out. Can you not make it through?
No, I can't. There's like a sort of barrier in the way, but also in my brain.
Yeah, it's magic, innit?
She did not pass the check, and also, yeah. Oh, it's
Do you want
alright.
to keep an eye out for
Yeah,
stalkers?
I'll keep watch, and I'll let you know if anything bad happens.
Thank you.
Cool.
Now you only have 6 NPCs instead of 7 to worry about.
Thank goodness. 5, actually. As you kind of are all invited into the space, you'll notice that a couple of the Forgeborn are holding weapons, and they still have them pointed in your general direction, and the Tabaxi is also holding up his paws kind of defensively, but the Aarakocra steps forward and says, I'm Dr. Hugo Moonerin. What exactly does Arrow Ace want from me now? I'd just like to say that Hugo Moonerin is a Patreon NPC.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you, Callum. I love that was such a kids TV response. You were all like, yay!
Hooray!
Thank you so much, Callum D, for submitting the idea of Hugo Moonerin.
And he's not dead.
And he's not dead.
We didn't kill your PC off immediately.
I couldn't tell you guys that he was a Patreon NPC because I was I don't want to give any of the plot away. Fun little tidbit, his name comes from the Norse Raven embassies Hugo and Moonerin.
I can't believe I didn't twig that.
I can't believe you
Oh, I'm
didn't
annoyed at
either.
myself.
And also thank you to Nate Scott Jones for submitting Alfalfa Robin as
Yay.
a cute little tabaxi boy.
That's so cute.
This is the first episode that we have been using the Ritual Spellbook and Witch class, courtesy of Fumble Folks. You have seen some of the spells in action already, such as Cozy Cottage,
Ah.
Geezer,
Geyser.
Geyser.
Geezer.
It's been like 26 years. It doesn't matter.
Actually, it's Goiza.
Power Word Subdue as well was a
Ah.
spell.
I thought it was a power word. I just couldn't
Yeah.
tell.
Didn't know which
Like,
one.
I was like, this seems like
That's because it's a new one.
I was like, they're not trying to kill Delphi.
you never know.
So we have a witch in our midst. More will be revealed next episode, but I'm really looking forward to trialing out this class and demonstrating some of the cool things that come in this D&D 5e supplement. I'll put the
Yay.
link in the description for the spellbook. It's very cool, and Fumble Folks are lovely friends of ours based in Cardiff. Thank you!
Deck of Many Aces is Am Chisholm, Eiriol Evans, Ellie Webster, Katie McLeod, and me, Chloe Elliott. Massive thanks to our patrons Nate Scott Jones, Ouroboros, EK Green, Space Ben, Callum D, Ibad, KP, Steph Burke-Stelia, and Sarah. You can find us on social media at Deck of Many Aces or on our website, deckofmanyaces.com. Don't forget to join our Discord. It's completely free to access for everybody. And if you feel so inclined, you can support us on Patreon for as little as £3 a month, where you can get access to our bonus content. If you enjoyed the music to this podcast, you can find it on streaming platforms under Chloe Elliott. Plus, don't forget to check out me and Am on RWD. We have just finished campaign 2 and we'll be starting a new campaign very, very shortly, so do go check that out. And as always, to keep up with what Ellie's up to, go to the link in the episode description to subscribe to their newsletter. That's it from me. Have a nice week. Bye!